everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Talking Tunes. Today, I have with me another contestant from the road, Billie Jones. Welcome. Thank you, Billie Jo, for joining me.
No, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. Oh, excuse
Yes,
me.
thank you so much. Contestant number 3 that I have. I'm loving doing this series from contestants from the road. Not sure if I'm going to have anybody else join me after this. I don't have anyone scheduled as of right now. You guys we're following the road right now. So that's why I'm kind of going along with, like, we're watching it almost like it's unfolding right now, but it's not. Y'all did this show a long time ago.
Yes, ma'am.
But we're going to talk about the road here in just a little bit, but I'm going to let you go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody. Just tell everybody a little bit about yourselves, and then we're going to let you kick things off with a song, and then we're just going to dive right into getting to know you a little bit better.
Perfect. Well, my name is Billie Jo Jones. I am originally from a really small town called Emory, Texas, over in East Texas area. I now live in Grand Saline, Texas, right down the road from there, so I'm still in a small town. But I was raised by my grandparents on good old country music, so I grew up listening to George Jones, Ray Price, Loretta Lynn, Tammy Wynette, and started out singing in church, playing local opries around town and different fairs and festivals, and then that led to other opportunities getting to open for Ray Price later on when I was 18, and just playing with my band as much as possible. My band's been with me. A couple of the guys have been with me for 12 years. So I'm no stranger to playing country music and playing in the honky tonks and the dance halls. And so I'm excited to be on the road now and sharing my story nationally. It's been absolutely incredible.
It has been such a fun show to watch. I absolutely love the way that they are doing it, the way y'all are getting to share your stories, the way you're getting to share who you are, and especially that you're getting to share your original songs.
Yes, me too. That's my favorite part. I mean, because you've seen The Voice, you've seen American Idol, and those shows are pretty much people that either haven't really done this before or have never even really stepped on a stage or gone on tour or anything like that. And now they've made this show where, we are seasoned veterans, I feel like, in this music business, and we've all been doing this for a long time. And being able to, share our original music with the world is something really, really special. So I'm so thankful for this opportunity.
It has been very special for sure, and you have shared some special music while you've been on the show. We're gonna talk about that in just a little bit, but I'm gonna let you go ahead and kick things off with the song, and then we'll talk about all that good stuff.
Perfect. Well, I'm
Tell us
debating.
the song that you're gonna start us off with.
I'm gonna let you pick. You want to hear a brand new one that hasn't even been recorded, or do you want to hear one of mine that has been recorded?
Ooh, alright. I'm a sucker for unreleased music, so
Okay,
let's go.
sweet. That's what I was hoping you would pick. I was like, maybe she'll pick this.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this song, I'm not even gonna introduce it because if I did my job as a songwriter, you'll be able to tell what the song's about in the first couple of lines of the song, and that's my goal when I play this live. I played it live a few times now, but this song is called "Along the Way." So hope you like it.
Okay.
Things don't come to her mind like they used to. She gets stuck in the past and can't come back. Those faces on the wall, people she can recall, until she reads what's written down on the back. And she ain't lost her world, just drifts away. From time to time she comes back each day, a little longer in her mind. She's alone and afraid, remembering the memories she's made along the way. She wakes up and puts her face on like she used to. It brings him back when she wears that perfume. She forgets he's gone and puts her favorite records on. It dances down the hall to the family room. She ain't lost her world, just drifts away. From time to time she comes back each day. A little longer in her mind, she's alone and afraid. Remembering the memories she's made along the way. The light in her eyes slowly starts to dim, but the fire in her heart is still burning for him. And she ain't lost her world, just drifts away. From time to time she comes back each day. A little longer in her mind, she's alone and afraid. Remembering the memories she's made along the way. Things don't come to her mind like they used to.
Mm, okay.
Gosh.
Yeah. Um, I don't know if I took it the way you meant it, but
Mhm.
we've already got a lot of similarities in our life, and I'm afraid we might share another one
Mhm.
if I took that song the way you meant it.
Mhm.
Woo, girl.
Yeah, it's such a soft song, but like a big song, like a big meaningful song. So I'm
That's
excited
heavy.
to get this out because there's just so many people that know people that struggle with dementia and Alzheimer's, and it's one of those songs that really touches the heart and kind of opens people's eyes to what really goes on in the world and in people that struggle with that.
Yeah. Uh, woo, that hit right there.
Oh.
Woo, lordy. I'm telling you, your songwriting, that is the thing about your songwriting is like the night that your grandparents were in the crowd and I sat here like on the couch just watching that night, just like bawling my eyes out. I texted you that night and I told you like how much that song just touched me because I can relate. You're such a storyteller in your songwriting, and you just said if you're doing your job with your songwriting, that you didn't have to explain that song, and you don't, and that's the thing about country music is that well, and not just it's it is so much country music though, but it can be done in other music if it's done right.
Mhm.
But so much so in country music is the storytelling, and you are so good at that.
Thank you.
Just
Thank you so
so
much.
yeah, so good at that in your songs and getting that story across that you want people to hear.
Mhm.
And for for you, that's gotta be so therapeutic.
Yes, I mean, it really is, and I wish that I could say that I'm writing a song every single day. Like, I really could be writing a song every single day, but a lot of times these songs just kinda come out of nowhere, and, it
Pour out.
took me 32 years to write that song about my grandparents and why they raised me, about my mom, and that just kinda poured out of me in, like, 30 minutes one day. So, it's just one of those moments where it just kinda just happens, or sit and try to write a song, and sometimes I can, but sometimes those ones aren't as good as the ones that just you're like, "Oh, wow, there it is. I needed to write that."
Yeah. And I mean, sometimes the best songs are the ones that just you're like, "Okay, where did that just come from?" And you just
Mhm.
wrote it in 30 minutes and you're like, "Oh, why didn't I write that 10 years ago?" Or
Exactly.
it just wasn't the time for it. It just, you know, it just wasn't the time for it 20 years ago or 10 years ago. It was the time for you to have that written and that was the time for you to perform it was that night. Um, but that I'm telling you that oh, what did what did your grandparents say to you that night when you walked up to them after you performed it that night? Because I mean, it showed a little bit of it on the TV show that night afterward your performance, and you walked up to them, and you could just see the pride on your grandparents' face when they hugged you. And
Yes.
you know, obviously we couldn't hear what they said, but just you could see the look on their face of just love and pride.
Mhm.
What did they say to you? If you
Yeah,
could
so I walked up and of course I was super emotional because I watching it back, I did better than what I thought that I did in the moment. Because
you
when you're
did
in that
great,
moment and you're
girl, you were
singing,
so sick.
I'm but in the moment, I was like, "Oh my gosh, that was terrible. It was my worst performance." Like, so I had all this stuff going on in my head. I was like, "I'm gonna be going home, and my grandparents are at this show, and they're gonna have to see me go home." It's just all this stuff was running through my head. And I walked up to him, and Papa was like, "I'm so proud of you, baby girl," and giving him a hug, which it's hard because this show it takes a long time to film. Anytime you're doing a TV show or anything, it takes a while. So I'm used to seeing my grandparents every week, at least once a week. I'm seeing my grandparents, and it had been weeks since I had seen them or given them a hug. So I feel like I just fell into their arms because I needed that hug so bad. I'd been on the road, I'd been sick, and so it that they were so proud and told me that I did a really good job. And I was like, well, I wish you could hear me saying, I wish I'd had a voice. And my papa was like, no, you had a voice. You sang good or something like that. I don't remember exactly what he said, but they're so proud of me, and they are the sweetest people that anyone will ever meet. My papa just turned 91 last week, and my grandma's 87, and they were just with me. I had a show over in um, near Rockwall, Texas, at Southern Junction a few nights ago, and so they were there, and they try to go with me to a lot of my shows still. So, but they are the most precious people ever.
Is amazing. That's I know that's gonna mean so lot to be able to have them at the shows with you and to see you. Um, so
Mhm.
meaningful, I'm sure. Well, how did it I don't wanna spend the whole time talking about the road, but it is absolutely amazing that you've made it on such an incredible show. It is absolutely incredible the way the show is running and that it's going, and it's at the halfway point. I mean, we've gone from 12 down to 6 now, and you're still there, you're still going strong, and you've
Mhm.
done the last, what, 3 shows now, like well, last night you were pretty good, but the 2 shows prior, you were so sick. At this point, are
Yes.
you, like, feeling better now? Are you I mean, you were still coughing a little
No.
bit last night, but at this point, are
Yeah,
you
I'm
kinda
I'm still I'm still sick. I don't think I was as sick as I was, but I'm definitely still sick and still coughing. And people don't realize that how the show is filmed, it's pretty back to back. Like, we've only got a couple of days, 2 or 3 days in between before we're filming for
oh,
the next. Yeah, and so it's crazy that we're cramming so much in, and so my voice didn't really get to recover, or anything. So that's kind of the hard part. But that I mean, that's TV for you. And but just like Blake, Gretchen, and Keith have all said, like you got to just keep pushing. Like, you don't have any sick days whenever you're a touring musician on the road, unless you just absolutely lose your voice, and that's you don't have any control over that. But you got to keep pushing and keep going. So that's what I've been doing.
yeah. What are you doing while you're out there to try to take care of your singing, of your throat, and try to heal and get better? Because, I mean, y'all are not only doing rehearsal before the show and then the show, y'all are probably rehearsing multiple times a day, correct?
Yes. Yeah. Yep, we are. And it was definitely tough, but I think that I mean that I did the best that I could do, in the situation that I was in. And so I drank a lot of hot tea, honey, lemon. I was, eating cough drops like candy, throat coat. My girl Brittany on the show, when I was super sick, she came and sprayed my room with all this. I don't even know what's this stuff called? Like essential oil stuff or
Yeah.
something. Like, she sprayed my whole bathroom with this essential oil stuff, and she was doing all kinds of stuff. I was like, "You're gonna wind up getting sick," but she took care of me, and took and sprayed my room down and brought me medicine and brought me these little disgusting. It's like turmeric. Is that how you say that? Those like turmeric
Yes.
shots or like whatever. Like, those things help, but they're disgusting. But They were so gross. But yeah, she took care of me. So I did the best I could with what I had out on the road.
Awesome. I mean, and that's so cool because I mean, did you prior to this experience, did you even know Brittany?
No, and it's crazy because I've been following Brittany for probably over a year on TikTok. I found her on TikTok, and I watch everything that she posts, and I loved her. I loved how she took a song and changed the words up and made it her own. And then she got to sing the national anthem at the NFR, which has been a dream of mine to do one day. And so I've watched her do all of that. And so when I saw her, I literally had a fangirl moment, and I didn't even really speak to her. And so when we found out later on that I didn't even speak to her, I was just, like, staring at her, and then I finally a few hours later, we happened to be walking down the hallway, and I was like, "I just want you let you know I'm so sorry if I'm weird, but, like, I'm a big fangirl of you, and, like, I love your music, and I've been watching you and following you on TikTok for a year." She's like, "Oh my gosh, that makes me feel so much better. I thought you didn't like me because you didn't talk." I was like, "No, it's because I'm just awkward and didn't know what to say." And then we hit it off, and we were super good friends, so and we still are. We text all the time, and we're trying to plan to do some shows together, I think, in 2026, so it'll be pretty fun.
It's fun. I would definitely I hope y'all come to North Carolina or close to my area. I'm definitely gonna have to come and see.
I'd love to, it's beautiful.
Yes, I
It's
would love
awesome.
it. Well, I'm definitely gonna have to put that on my calendar if y'all come out this way. All right, last question about the road, and then we're
Yes.
gonna switch and talk about your album Turquoise and Silver. How did it come about that you were chosen to be on the road?
So I don't know exactly how their process worked. The only part I know is that they handpicked each of us, the producers of
Mhm.
the show handpicked each of us, and they picked, I don't know how many, but there was several, probably around 30-ish maybe, that they brought to California, and we had to audition in front of the producers in this little room in Burbank, California. And then that's where they cut it down from the 30 something to 12, I believe.
Oh,
And then those 12 were the ones for the TV show. So it was a little bit of a process, but we were all handpicked. We didn't audition. We didn't know anything about the show. They came to which they came through my people, my label that I have, and then my label's one that gave me the message from them. So yeah,
so
it's pretty cool.
somebody saw you somewhere and were like, we want her.
Somewhere on something.
And you have no idea where or what.
No idea where. If anyone knows, let me know, because that would be great to know what video you saw that got me on the road, because that would be awesome.
That is kind of interesting. Like Olivia knows, like Taylor Sheridan saw her in a living room concert, and like
Uh-huh.
that's just kind of cool to me, like because you never know where you're going to be playing, or if it's a video on the internet that
Yes.
somebody is going to see you, and it's going to be that moment that's going to get you somewhere.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it's like play your heart out, no matter what it is
No
you're
matter
doing.
what. That's
It's
and that's what I try
a
to do
literal
because,
podcast that gets you noticed.
yes.
I
I
mean,
mean, and it's hard as an artist because sometimes you'll show up and you'll be playing to 10 people, and sometimes you'll show up and there's 150 people. Sometimes you'll show up and there's 3,000 people.
yeah,
You never know. And so I'm always going to try to do the very best job that I can do for whoever is there to listen, because you never
exactly.
know who could
You
be
never know.
there in that audience. And if you're halfway doing it, you're not doing yourself any favor, and you're definitely not doing for the people who actually did spend their hard-earned money to come see you. They don't care if there's anybody else there. You're performing for them. And
Exactly.
that's something that I have to tell myself that, because as humans, we do have those moments. We do have Sorry, one second. Being a mom is so fun sometimes, and being on Thanksgiving break.
It's real
But
nice.
anyway, I am human, and I do have those moments where the devil tries to sneak those thoughts in there where you're like, "Well, you didn't sell enough tickets tonight, blah blah blah." And sometimes I'm hard on myself. And so I have to remember, God gave me this voice to share with the 10 that bought those tickets, or the 1,000 that are going to be there the next time. So, and I try to give my best job every single show.
Absolutely. And that's all you can do, and that's all that's expected of you.
Mhm.
Absolutely. All right. I know we're running close on time. I'm not going to keep you much longer, but turquoise and silver. your
Yeah.
latest album. It is out everywhere. Everyone can hear it. Tell us about that album, how it came to be. What is your favorite thing about it? Is there any
Gosh.
is there any regrets about the album?
No, I don't think so, besides that I wish we could have fit more songs on there. We probably had maybe 18 or 19 like ready to go songs that could have been on that album, and we had to listen and go through and cut them down to the 12. And my one goal for this past year before we put the album out was I wanted to write more. I wanted to be a writer on almost all of my songs, because my first album I put out, Some Girls Don't Cry, I'd only written 2 of the 10 songs. So on this album, I'm either a writer or co-writer of 10 of the 12 songs. So I wrote my little tell off, and all the songs on the album, I didn't think we could beat the last album. And I really think we beat the last album by a mile. There's just so many great songs on there. And I think my favorite part of the album was the album wasn't even going to be called Turquoise and Silver. We thought we were done with the album, and we went in for a write. Myself, Lynn Snow, my manager, and my friend, her name is Morgan Lee Powers. She's from Waco, Texas. She lives in Nashville, and she's a songwriter there. And we went in for a write, and she had this little cool guitar lick going on, and she had the words turquoise and silver and a few other little words here and there already written. We're like, yeah, let's write that one. And so we wrote that song in less than 2 hours, and we were like, that's it. This song is going on the album. And not only is it going on the album, it's the title track of the entire album, because it's just so cool. It's such a different westerny song that I like needed, that I've been like craving.
Oh,
And so that's probably my favorite part, is that, the best things that you weren't expecting just kind of happened. And so yeah, I love it. I love that song. I love the whole album. There's a lot of really personal songs on there that a lot of people really won't know unless they listen to it, and they're like, "Oh, she went through that this past year. This song is about that," you know? So it's kind of cool, because I am pretty private. I don't really talk a whole lot of about my personal life, besides, you definitely know all about my grandparents, you know about my kids and my nanny, that's my best friend, stuff like that. But I am pretty private on other things, but I write those feelings. And so every song on there is something I've either lived or someone that's close to me that's done it. So
I'm gonna say, if people listen to your music, they get to know you that way.
yeah. Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. If people wanna know you, listen to your music
Just go
because
listen to my songs. You'll figure it out.
yeah, exactly. And on last night's show, Flame, like, another one, I was like, "Okay, are you gonna stop blowing me away, like, anytime soon?" Like,
Oh
again,
my gosh, I love it.
yeah, I was like,
That song was so much fun to write. I What's crazy about that song, I know we don't have a whole lot of time, but what's crazy about that song is that song was gonna be something totally different. In my head, it made sense. It was gonna be called Kryptonite, because I wanted to be Superman's kryptonite. So in my mind, I was like, "Yeah, I'm his kryptonite. That means he's not gonna go do anything that he's not supposed to do, whatever." And I took it to the label, and he's like, "Your girl math ain't mathin'," because kryptonite was actually bad for Superman. And I was like, "That makes sense." So we literally rewrote the whole song. We left a lot of the verses and stuff, but we changed it to Flame. And it's actually it is a little bit of a true story. And I wanted to take, the classic Jolene, Dolly Parton, and blend it with a little sassiness like This City, Loretta Lynn. And then this is what I did in the real situation. So that's how you got Flame.
well, it definitely won the crowd. Well, it won the ugh, I'm
Did
I'm
it did,
getting
but it didn't. It's just one of those things. But it's okay. We're
I think
still
there's
hanging
something
in
wrong
there. We're
with the
still
voting
making it.
machines,
Oh my
the
god.
way last night's vote went. But, it's getting down to where, like, the votes are just gonna be bad no matter what.
Yeah.
Because I mean, just the artists that are left, it's like whoever's in the bottom, it's gonna suck no matter what.
No matter what. No matter what. I mean, everyone, and even from start to finish, everyone on that show deserved to be there. Everyone on that show is incredible in their own way. None of us sound the same. None of us have the same songwriting styles. Everyone deserves to be there, and everyone deserved to be there to the very end. So no matter how this works and how far I make it, I'm so honored and so thankful to have been chosen to be a part of season 1 of The Road. So,
Yeah. And I think that's what makes it hard because you just nailed it right there. Like all of y'all, some of you are similar, but all of you are different.
mhm.
And Honestly, I think no matter what happens to any of you, yes, ultimately there's going to be one ultimate winner that kind of gets like the grand prize of it all.
Yeah.
But I think all of you, this is just
I mean,
open
we
doors
all
for
won.
all of you.
We all won even being
Yeah,
on the show. I mean, who else
exactly.
gets to say they went on tour with Keith Urban for several weeks?
Right.
I mean, how cool. And working with Gretchen Wilson, like, come on.
Right. And for country,
Love it.
true like country western singers, like, I mean, to work with the original Redneck Woman, I mean, come on. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
I
I love
agree.
it.
That's like magic right there in itself. So yeah. Okay, so what's coming up next? I mean, I know you're still on the road. We hope you stay there for a while to come. But what's coming up next for Billie Jo Jones?
Well, we are booking dates left and right for 2026. So we've got a lot of shows lined up for 2026. I've got a few shows left here in Texas for 2025. But everyone can follow along on my website, billiejojones.com. It's BILLIEJO Jones.com. You can find my Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I post some silly stuff on TikTok a lot. I'm trying to do the whole viral thing, but that doesn't really work out sometimes. So I'm wind up just making a fool of myself. If you go
Hey,
on there, there's a dancing video of me a couple days ago, but and I can't dance. But anyway, so y'all just go, give me a follow and come see a live show sometime. Hopefully I can make it up to North Carolina. That would be so much fun. But yeah, new music coming. I mean, there's my whole album's out. We've got vinyls that are going to be shipping out pretty soon as well for the new album.
ooh,
So yeah, I'm excited.
love that you did a vinyl. Yes. I need one. I want one. I need to
Do you have my first one? Do you have my first vinyl?
no,
Or
not in
something?
vinyl form. No.
Okay. Send your information to Scott with 2911 and I'm going to send you my first vinyl. The second ones aren't done yet, but the first vinyls I have here and I can send you one so you can have
Yeah.
one.
I
Yeah.
plan on like decorating my whole wall in like vinyl covers. I am like, I mean, I'm a 70s baby, teenager. I come from vinyl days. So now that everybody is doing vinyls again, I'd absolutely just love it. I think everybody should do that. So I love that you are doing that. And just, I love and I think it's so cool that Turquoise and Silver was, like, by accident because
Yes.
I just love that. I think it's so cool how that came about, and I love it. I love it. So I cannot wait for new music from you. I cannot wait to see what you come up with next because, I mean, I'm loving your current stuff, so no rush. I'm enjoying what you have out now, but I can always love for more to come. So, again, thank you so much for joining me. It has been an absolute blast. Thank you so much. I cannot wait to watch the next episode of The Road to see what happens. We will all
Yes,
tune in.
ma'am. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me and I'm sure we will be following up soon after this whole road is over with.
Yes, for sure. And everybody watching, thank you so much for tuning in for another episode of Talking Tunes with our lovely and beautifully talented guest, Billie Jo Jones. Y'all make sure to go give her a follow. If you're not already, make sure to tune in to The Road every Sunday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern on CBS Paramount Plus as well. So make sure you follow her, follow me if you're not already. Route 66 Country Music. Thank y'all. Remember, be kind to each other and keep it country. Bye bye.